tuned in just a minute early. But that's so I can get things set up. Okay. Still being fidgety. I'm not sure what's... There we go. Okay. Still not there yet. Just give me a second. Oops. Sorry about that. Hi, Bob. Just a minute. I'm still getting set up here. My laptop is being really slow. Okay, I think I got it. I can see the chat now. I couldn't see the chat. I was having trouble with my chat. And my video is still not up. There we go. Now my video is up. That's good. It's buffering. It's buffering. How are you tonight? I can see whenever you type into the chat, then I can actually see what you're saying to me. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to see my screen again, so I'm just going to have to wing it. We're going to be making some mixed media tonight, playing with some alcohol inks and some texture paste. I'm glad you got to come hang out with me, Bobby. I've been missing talking to you. My setup's still being an issue. I'm not sure why. I know you can't see that. You can just see my hands, right? There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing tonight is making some mixed media pieces. And you don't have to have a lot of supplies for this, but some things are good to have. This is Amazon packaging. I was thinking about using that, but changed my mind. But this would be good for this project. So I'm going to use cardstock, which I got at Hobby Lobby. So, and it's thick enough that it would work for this project. So it is 76 pounds at 205 GSM. I never know what GSM means, but 76 pounds. Let me show you some of what I'm going to be making. And so this I created earlier. Oops, I got that upside down. It goes this way. What do you think? Bobby says, looking forward to see how it's done. And yes, just your hands. Well, hopefully now you can see a bit more than my hands. So I made this mixed media piece. This isn't completed, but this is a lot, just the technique of what we're going to do. Oh, you like it? It's purple, you know, it's my favorite color. So I had to do some purples and pinks earlier, so. And I got my hands all messy. But, so that was, I didn't even know they were so bad, but they were. Oh, got a hair on it. Let me take that off. You don't need to see the hair. Don't see the hair, Bobby. Don't see that hair. That's cute. Purple. So we're going to make this, which you can turn into something like this. And let me see how close I am. I can't see on my screen how close I is. I wish it would stop buffering. So you can't really see it, so I'll hold it up a little bit so you can see all of the stuff that's on it. I was thinking about framing this and putting it on my wall because my wall is so bare. I still haven't decorated my walls. I think I have, what, one picture and one plaque. And that's it. The rest of my walls are still very, very bare. And so I was thinking about framing this and putting it into a frame. What does my sister say? Oh, this is... Are you talking about the purple one or the... Oh, you're probably talking about this one is your favorite, huh? All of your favorite colors are in this. The gold and... Yeah, I like this one too. Yes, frame it. Okay, yes, I should frame it. I know. Can you see the little gems I put in here? And it has like gold flakes, and I mean, I put a lot in this one, but that's why I was saying this one is incomplete. See, it's not quite done, but you can turn this into anything. You can frame it, or you could turn it into a journal cover. Since I'm a journal maker, that's probably what I will do with them. But they make lovely, they also are great for cutting up. Oh, is it hard to see it? The blue, green, and purple. The blue, green. This doesn't really have a whole lot of purple in it. How are you seeing purple in that, my sister? Let me see. I'll hold it right here. Can you see it that way? I'm tilting it for you. Well, I'm holding it up closer so you don't have to zoom in. You see all the different parts to it? Oh no, is there something else you think I should add to it? Well, I'm holding it up. And then this is the purple one. So, yeah. So you're going to watch me create this tonight. But I'm going to use different colors. I'm not going to use these colors, so you'll be able to see the whole thing. Hopefully you guys can see it very easily. And you don't have to worry about the... I'm trying to read the chat here. I'm standing up, so I couldn't see my laptop. Okay, there. So that's what we're going to be creating tonight. It's something similar, but I'm not going to do all the decorating. I'll probably get to the point where I'm just making the backgrounds, okay? And so I'm going to start. I cut, to save time, I cut some of the cardstocks up so that it's just going to be mini versions of those. And I think that mini versions are good. So we'll just start here with this one. Let's see. Bobby says, I like the purple slightly on the outline. Okay, good. That's good. Okay, let's see how you like these. I don't know. Since you like the purple and the green and the blue, I'm going to start... Oh, well, actually, I was going to start with a different color palette. I am going to start with my pinks, okay? So I'm going to be doing pinks and greens. So let me start. First, you're going to need some gesso. Okay, so we're going to start with our acrylic gesso. And we are going, the first two steps is the gesso and some tissue paper. I have Tim Holtz tissue paper, but you can use any tissue paper you want. I just happen to have the Tim Holtz right here. There we go. We'll tear that off. Let me set this. Oh, I'm running out of room on my desk. Let me see. Okay, so we're going to take this tissue paper and we're going to use this with our gesso. And that'll be the first two steps. So, okay, I am going to take my silicone brushes because I find those easier to work with. Sorry for shaking. I'm just going to put some gesso on. Make sure I have enough gesso. And I'm just going to take my silicone brush and I am just going to smear it all over in different directions. I'm just going to cover this whole thing with gesso to get it started. There we go. And I'm kind of going to hold it down with the magnets there. That way it doesn't move like that. But then it moved, didn't it? Okay. Whenever I get to the end one, I'm gonna make a few of these. When I get to the end one, maybe I'll let you guys pick the colors for me. You can tell me what colors you like. Oops, I left my fingerprints. That's okay. Okay, now we're gonna take, we covered it with gesso, and we're gonna take the tissue paper. I'm just gonna tear that and maybe take off this much. And we're just gonna place it on. It's already still wet from the where we had the gesso. So I'm going to take some down here at the bottom. And let's see, I'm going to put some right here, I think. Maybe not so much. That'll be fine. It's okay if it comes off the edge because you can just put more back on there. Okay, so then we're just going to seal it and get all the air bubbles. So I'm just going to go lightly over it. I'm actually going to take this one, take it back off. That one had too much gesso on it, and I just want to take it across the edges like this. So yeah, just grab some gesso or any gesso works. I got mine at Walmart. So I don't use really expensive products. I try not to. Sometimes I do, but only if they're better quality. All right, so that's all we're going to do. And we're going to let that dry. I got a lot of gesso down there, so I'm actually going to... What's happening over here? Bobby says, oh, you love the tissue paper? Yes, it's Tim Holtz. Like, everybody seems to really like Tim Holtz products. I like most of his products. This is one of them because it's so thin and you can use it. I should have showed you the whole thing because I have some that has big, huge butterflies on it. They're gorgeous, gorgeous. It says, Bobby says, is that like a primer? Yes. A lot of different artists use it for sealing their canvases. Whenever they use the big canvases, they'll use the gesso to prime their canvases. That way, it kind of like, well, you know, primer, kind of like doesn't, I'm just going to do another one real quick, guys, and just get two knocked out that way because I have a lot of gesso here. So yeah, they prime their canvases so that the inks and paint doesn't go seep into the pores. That's what I'm trying to say. So the same thing applies to paper. You apply your gesso so that the inks and stuff don't get absorbed by the paper. Okay, I'm almost. I decided to do this one real quick just to have it ready for the next round. I'm not going to put the tissue paper on it. I'm just going to do that. Okay, I'm just going to set this one off to the side ready for later. Later. I have run out of room. Let me see. Okay, now I'm just going to clean that up real quick because I made a mess, didn't I? I didn't mean to get so much primer on there. Here, primer. Now Bobby's got me calling it primer. Gesso. I guess it is still primer, but okay. There we go. Throw that away. Okay. So this is almost dry. I'm just going to give it a quick dry with my heat gun. Because we want to make sure everything's dry before we add any layers to this. And our next step after this is some string. So if you're following along with me, then go grab some string, okay? Something like this, or linen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. I found that it doesn't matter. There we go. I'm gonna sit back down now. Sorry about the noise. Okay, so this one's gonna be in the pink, so I'm gonna use this pink metallic thread. Isn't that pretty? Let's see, how do I get it off there? Any suggestions? There we go. Okay, we're just gonna add it like this. Okay. You can add as much or as little as you want, but I found that I liked this metallic thread. Sometimes you can see it and sometimes you can't see the metallic, but you can, I'm adding it for texture. So the metallic part is just, oh, you know what? I needed that primer I just wiped up. This is gonna be a long night, guys. Let me put some primer. Primer, good grief, Bobby. You put primer in my head. Say something else so I can quit saying primer. Gesso. I need some more gesso. Okay, now we're going to take the gesso and that's going to hold our threads down in place. Okay, maybe. This should hold it down in place. Oh, you know what? I need this to hold these down. There we go. That'll work. Okay, we're just going to apply the thread. Like I said, the thread is for texture, but it's almost dinner time. Is everybody eating? Is that where everybody's at? Is eating? I bet that people are eating right now. But my husband is getting hungry too. Okay. I'm just gonna apply this to hold this down. It kind of works like glue. Okay, here we go. That should hold it. We just needed, oops. Wait a minute, that one's sticking up. We don't want it to stick up, so we definitely want it to stay down, but I don't want to cover everything either, so we just need it to hold it in place. There we go. Just like that. Okay, so the string I found is pretty interesting texture. Not many people add the extra texture in that way. They don't create it that way, but I do. Okay. And plan on getting messy tonight with me, okay? I plan on getting really messy. Okay, we're gonna hit that with Crystal, hello. Just popping in to say hi and hit the like. Putting my Connor to bed shortly. Connor. Okay. Well, I'm glad you popped in. I enjoy chatting with you every time. How is your weather up there? It is freezing cold down here in the south. I'm not good with that. I'm not good with that cold. Is it cold up there? I bet it's cold up there. How about you, Bobby? Is it cold there? I missed a comment from Bobby. Bobby said, when you say dry completely or tacky. I dry it completely. It is, well, it's a little tacky right there, but normally it is completely dry right there. Okay. So normally I hit the dryer until it's done, but you have to be careful with the heat that it doesn't bubble it, especially on this next part. Whenever we add this next part, you have to make sure that you don't overheat everything. This thing gets really hot. Okay. It's 2 degrees in Nova Scotia. Oh my gosh. No. If I ever go visit Nova Scotia, apparently I have to go in the summer because I could not handle. No, 2 degrees? Woo. Oh my. No, I couldn't do that. Oh gosh. Bobby says freezing here. Ugh. Yeah, it's cold. I mean, I know some people probably wouldn't think it's cold, but apparently if it's 2 degrees, you know, Crystal came here, she'd think it's summertime, I guess. Okay, so the next part is we're going to use a stencil, and we're going to use some texture paste. I just got this in the mail today, so I need to open that. But I also have this golden light molding paste. So this works too. So you just use what's on hand. You can even look up videos on how to make this yourself instead of buying it. This one cost me $9 for texture paste after tax and everything on Amazon. It's because yours is Crystal is you mean it's 35 degrees there? I think that's what Crystal means. It's 35 there. That's still cold. That's still really cold. Okay, I'm gonna grab not this one. I don't want that one. I want this one. You can use whatever tools you have. These are just a really cheap set. I've seen a lot of people use plastic knives, palette knives. I'm just going to use this one. Okay, so I'm going to use it here. I'm just going to add some more textures. What we're going to be doing, building layers. We've already got, I guess you could, if you count the string, then we've already got 3 layers on there. So let's add some more layers. It's cold. I don't know. I guess if you're inside, you wouldn't know, but I would. No, I'm not good with cold weather. I ache. I spent the last half hour trying to warm up my hands before the video started, so that I wouldn't have to wear my gloves. And on video, because I didn't think you guys would want to see my gloves, and my hands are still cold. They're still very cold. So I could not handle being that cold. I bet your heat bill is high. Okay, I'm gonna leave this thick. I'm gonna just run it through my stencil, and I'm gonna leave it thick. Okay, so you kind of want thick, thick paste on here. I wish I had scooted that up so I didn't get this harsh line. So I'm trying not to go near the edge here. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it really thick above the, it's kind of sitting above the stencil a little bit. That's kind of what I'm looking for, is above the stencil. There we go. Let's see. Just to give that, oh wait, I need to move the stencil. Okay, I'm gonna move the stencil slightly. Just be gentle with it so it keeps all of your lovely layers. Can you guys see how thick I've left it on my page? Hopefully you can see that. And I'm just gonna add it down here at the bottom. Put some right here. Do the same thing. Just gonna add this. Kind of gonna go backwards with it, so. $700 for 2 months. Well, that's not actually bad. I think think ours is more than that. I think, I don't want to speak out, but I think ours is like 350. Well, I guess it'd be about the same about. I was thinking it was like 400 a month here. That's crazy. Okay. And what was you saying? Oil. Oh, yes. If you use texture paste, I'm going to tell you, I should have showed this at the beginning. Pull that off gently. There we go. So the texture paste. For your stencils, I should have showed you this. If you are using the texture paste, you have to get it off almost immediately. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wet my paper towel like this, and then I'm going to put my stencil on it and then wet my stencil, okay? This should keep this nice and moist until you have a chance to go and wash that off, because otherwise it will stick. And every once in a while, I might spray this throughout the night just to keep it moist. So that's all you want, is to keep that beside you to keep it moist. You could dunk it in water, but I probably will use the stencil again in a minute, so I don't want to put it completely saturated in water. So I'll set that one off to the side. Okay, so this is what we have. I think that's already looking beautiful. And the trick here is to dry this. Oh, so, okay. I keep forgetting that you are in a different country. You're in Canada. So I keep forgetting that. I know I just said it, but I forgot it already. Yeah, yeah, putting your stencils with the water is, I learned that trick early on because I lost some of my stencils to be able to use them as, for dry stencils, I guess you could say. And so I lost some of my stencils to be able to use them that way because I gunked them up with the texture paste. Yeah, when you're doing that, you kind of learn. Okay, this has to dry. It would be best if this could dry naturally, like overnight. But we don't have that kind of time, do we? We're busy people. So I'm going to use my heat gun. Again, you have to be careful with the heat gun. You don't want it to bubble your texture paste. It will bubble, so you have to be careful it doesn't bubble it. Okay. So if you guys see any bubbles, you holler at me and tell me to stop. Here we go. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys coming and chatting with me and keeping me company. Usually this is something I would make on my own, or I would record and you guys would watch it later, which is fine. I like that too, but it is Saturday night. Who doesn't need to come out and hang out on Saturday night with some other people? And obviously it's way too cold to go outside right now. Oh, that feels so good on my hands. Okay, let me test it and see if it's... Sorry about the noise. That thing is... Okay. Now, here's the thing. If you don't get it dried all the way, let me show you with my originals. If you don't get it dried all the way, what happens is the texture paste starts absorbing the colors. And if it gets dried all the way, then it creates a resist like this. And so it doesn't really absorb the colors. The white stays of the texture paste. So I don't know if you guys knew that trick or not. But that's why I try to make sure it's completely dry. And that one just needs a bump. Needs a bump of heat. You can use a heat gun on this too if you want, rather than this heated craft tool. Heat gun works great too. There we go. What'd Crystal say? Crystal says I'm making journal cards tonight, so this is inspiring. Yeah, I was saying these would make great journal cards. You could cut these up after you're done. Okay, I'm gonna try a little trick with this one. I wanna see if I add a little bit of this micro glaze, if it creates a slight resist on some of this white so that I can keep some of the white. So I'm just gonna gently go over the top of it because I want to make sure that there's a lot of white right here in the middle of my page. You don't have to have the micro glaze, but I just want to give it a little extra maybe. So this should create a resist, the micro glaze should. Okay. Just kind of skimming it over the top. I'm doing it very lightly so I'm not really pressing down on it. Okay, we're going to give that a quick heat. Bobby says it reminds me of a romance novel. Well, this one, because of the colors, is why I picked this stencil. Because I really thought this stencil, oh, you have to go over that with a paper towel. I forgot, guys. You have to kind of gently wipe off the excess micro glaze. Yeah, I thought this stencil was kind of like a romantic stencil. And so I thought that it was perfect with these colors, which is what we're getting out now. Okay, so I got my color palette here. I'm gonna use Picked Raspberry. I'm going to use Peeled Paint. I am going to use Spun Sugar. We're going to use Peeled Paint again, but this time it's a spray stain, so we'll use that last. And I might use some of this Delusions ink. It's white and creamy, white creamy. And then we're going to finish it off with a Distress Spritz Tattered Rose. Now I'm going to show you in a little bit how to do this. If you don't have the sprays, you can use your dry ink pads, and I'm going to show you how to use these on and get the similar results. Similar, not exact, but similar. So we are going to start with our light color shades first. I always go dark, light to dark whenever I'm working, but you can do whatever you want. But I'm going to go with the light one. Now the spray stain, I don't have to shake it. So we're going to start here. Hopefully this is dry. Hopefully. Okay, we're just going to apply some right here on the edge. And we're going to just kind of let that run down. And if you need to, you can give it a hint of water just to get that moving a little bit, okay? I'm using distress water. I'm not using distress water. It's so distressed. I'm using distilled water because if you use regular tap water, it turns your water yellow, and therefore your art projects kind of get a yellow tone to them. Okay, so I'm going to open the cap to really get some of this moving and flowing. Now, there we go. Just kind of getting some of that color in here. Get this moving just a hair. Okay. Now this is the light one, so it's okay if it stays light. I'm just going to shake it down like this. And there we go. Just going to tap that off. I have a towel. Okay, like I said, we're going to get messy. So this is my mixed media towel. I use it for all my inks. So it comes out really pretty whenever it's all said and done. Okay. If you have excess, just dab it off. Okay. That looks pretty good, but I think we need just a bit more. I'm going to go ahead and spray it on. Just spray it on. Okay, get that to run. It dries a lot fainter color. Distress water. Yeah, Tim Holtz comes out with distress water. I would probably be standing in line to buy that. I don't know why, but it's like, it sounds really cool and interesting. Okay, so we're gonna dry that. One of the tricks to doing layers is to dry in between. Distress water. That's got me chuckling. Somebody needs to tag Tim Holtz and tell him that I come up with a new product for him. Maybe he could give me a part commission, you know? Okay, see, like where that resist is, yeah, it's resisting that color, so I like that. All right, now we're going, that's already pretty. I like these, I like these. Now these oxide sprays, you do have to shake them. And they have like a little ball in here, and you can hear it rattling around. Try not to shake my desk and everything. Just me, just shaking me. Why does this keep coming up and wanting to restart my computer? That's not a good thing. I keep telling it to postpone it. Yes, 15% would be great, like Shark Tank. I was actually thinking I'd be okay with 5%, but I like the way Crystal thinks, 15%. See, Bobby, what are you thinking of these collars? I often use inspiration for my color palette from nature and like flowers and stuff like that. Oh, I kind of got messy. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna let that run. It's already running from. Oh, that's neat. Let's get it to run a bit more. Oops, now it's gonna run on my desk. Let's get it down this way some. Go big, yeah. I'm trying to read the chat. You guys should talk to each other too. Because I'm trying really hard to read here. It says, Bobby says, it reminds me of roses. Oh, yeah. And Crystal says, oh, that pink. Oh, you like that one? It's, oh, there we go. I think Tim Holtz calls that wicking right there that just happened. I wicked that. I wicked it. Oh, gosh. Okay, that's looking really nice. Do you think I should add more? I never know. Sometimes I'm heavy-handed. Let's add just a bit more up here to get this area. I feel like I'm neglecting this area. Now earlier I used a Vaseline jar and I propped my thing up with it to hold it. Hopefully you guys can see that. To hold it like that. I was trying to see if I can see. My computer's being wonky. So that it runs down. Let me see if I can, you guys are this way. There we go. That way you guys can see. So I used it like this to hold it so that all the ink runs straight down. And I think that that makes it easier to apply. If I can hit the jar here. You could spray this, okay? You don't have to use the wand part, but if you spray it, it tends to splatter like little shards everywhere. And sometimes we don't want that. Sometimes we don't want that. We like trails like this. Oh, can you guys see the, there we go. I like that. It's pretty. You see where the string is and how it's going to be, see how it's, the ink just stopped and pulled around it? There, we're going to make it go like this. Okay. We may come back and add some more of the pink. I use lots of layers. So, okay, so the next thing we're going to add is our green. This is peeled paint. Did I show you guys that one's called picked raspberry? This one's called peeled paint. Oh, thank you, Bobby. Bobby says I'm doing great. So let's see what she thinks of peeled paint, okay? She may think, give me a different story here in a second. And say, what were you thinking? Oh, you know what I forgot to do when I told you guys to do it? I forgot to dry that. So that's going to blend instead of layer. So let me dry this off real quick. It'd still be good. It'd give me a light yellow tone. Propping it up this way also helps you to get the heat all the way through. Okay, let me dry this. Let me dry that a little bit more. Okay. There we go. All right, now let's go back to adding, well, it's still wet right here. Now we'll go back to adding the green in though. It's still gonna blend in some areas because I didn't completely dry it, but it'll be okay. Here we go, back to the peeled paint. Crystal says, I'm liking the look like falling feathers, and it's very romance novel-like. I need texture paste, I think. Yeah, I was saying, there's all kinds of videos on how to make your own texture paste with baking soda. So that might be something you might find helpful. Like I said, I'm lazy, so I went and bought my texture paste. I'm kind of going to do a comparison because my first texture paste, I used this one from Golden. And this time I'm using Tim Holtz texture paste. So we'll kind of see how they hold up. I think I need a bit of water just to get that moving. Moving and grooving. What else was you guys saying? Bobby says, that color reminds me of the leaves. Yeah, that's what I was saying about Crystal. Oh, okay, yeah. When you pick the colors, I kind of thought of it looking like that. You did? Yeah, I thought the colors from nature, and a lot of times whenever you see like a pink flower, you see this bright green, poppy green almost. Oh, I think he's falling down. It didn't do that earlier. I promise it didn't do that. Just gonna lay that out. I think I need a bit more water on here, guys. Just help it along. Let it do its little happy dance all the way down my page. There it goes. I love mixed media. I haven't been able to do it for a while, so kind of feeds my soul to come in here and play around. And it's so forgiving. I mean, who's to tell if you made a mistake or not? Only you. Only you know if you made a mistake. Okay, get that to run. Come on, happy dance all the way down the page. Happy dance. Trying to get that ink to move a little bit. You don't always have to just have it at the edge either. You can move it down the page a little bit and get it to where you want it to be. Start it in a new spot. Like down here doesn't seem to have much. No. Doesn't need much, but it needs some. Okay, let's see what we got when I move it. Okay, really turned a different color down here at the bottom. Oh, this is turning out pretty. This is kind of getting all muddy, so I'm not real crazy about the muddy part. So I'm just gonna kind of take a little bit of the mud off. Hey, Doug. He thought he was going to sneak by me without me saying anything. And say hi to Bobby. Hello. And Crystal.
Hello, Bobby and Crystal.
And there's others here too, but I'm not sure who they are. They're
and others.
Yeah. Crystal, no mistakes, just happy accidents. That's okay. We know who Crystal watches. She goes and watches Tim Holtz.
You know, if you flip that upside down, because I'm upside down, it definitely looks like flames.
Flames.
Yeah, because I'm upside down.
You are? Why are you upside down?
Because I'm on the other side of your desk.
Oh, okay.
Hello, kitty cat.
Okay. All right. Good. Some of this isn't moving is where I want it to be. Okay. I'm still not crazy about this mud that formed down here. So we'll have to correct that at some point, but it's looking pretty good to me. All right, now I'm going to dry it. Crystal says yes, flame. She agrees with you. They say hello. Are you on chat? Oh my gosh, this thing's trying to restart again. From Doug's view, you can see flames.
Yeah.
No, that's what Bobby said.
Oh, I walked away from my phone.
All right, we'll see what this is looking like. We're definitely going to have to come back and add some more pink. I need more pink in here. Okay, that's pretty. Okay, so I'm going to add more pink because I think it needs more pink. Okay. Okay, we're going to add the bright pink. We'll come back with that one later. I like the green, but I like the pink more. You like how it outlined what I stenciled? Oh, there, that's what I'm looking for. That look right there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and heat set that so I get the look I want. Yeah, that's kind of what it does. It outlines the stencil. The texture paste keeps it. The texture paste stays raised, so it kind of holds its shape. Okay, let's add more pink. I love that blend right there. Just dipping it in like nail polish. Kind of takes time to build these layers. I could go fast if I spray it. what I'm going to do is add a little bit of this white over here in this area. Now, I'm not real familiar with Diane Wakely's products. Oh, this didn't do what I wanted it to do at all. Okay, let me try that again. It says Diane Delusions. Diane Wakely, isn't that her product? Anybody familiar with her product? Yeah, that's the look. I just created this creamy texture. That's yummy. Oops. Is anybody crafting along? Because they're going to get messy. You're going to get messy. Yeah, I think that balanced it out a little bit more. It was getting kind of gunky. Okay. See, I work from the right to the left whenever I create, but you could work from left to right, top to bottom, however you want to apply your colors. I like to keep my center a little bit lighter than the rest of my colors in here. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more of this spun sugar, and I'm going to add it to the center mark. There we go. Are you eating without me? I knew you were getting hungry. I told them you were getting hungry.
Just some leftovers.
Just some leftovers. Ribs.
Yeah, I'll finish them and then come in and join you.
Okay, that's fine. I'm holding my own here. I'm doing good.
You're doing great.
I'm doing what? Oh, you know why? I'm like, why is my ink going past this thing? When I add the micro glaze right here, it's acting as a resist, and so all of the, see how the paint just ran right past it. Okay, so that's not what I wanted to happen. I wanted the micro glaze to stay on the very tip, the top of the, but that's okay. Like I said, I like it lighter in the middle, but look, now it just runs right past it, see? So that's why you should seal up your projects with the micro glaze whenever you're done. I'm gonna take it back off since it's just gonna run like a bead. Up and down, up and down. Okay, now we're gonna add the peeled paint. Now the spray stain is going to go and fill in all of the crevices, and it should, I'm gonna dry that, it should give me an outline even more around the stencils. Crystal says she has some stamps as well, and yes, that's hers, I believe. I have those sprays too. They are not bad product either. Her and Tim make some good dyes. Yes. I actually wanted to branch out into hers. I really like her stencils. They're not just vintage stencils, you know. They're really good, just fun stencils, and that's I'd like some of those. I created my own stencils, but I like hers. I like the looks of hers, but they are not cheap. I tell you, hers and Tim's are not cheap products. Okay. Yes, see how the green is outlining, going right around, and give it just a spritz. Hopefully I'm holding this so you guys can see. I'm not sure where that micro glaze is at right there. I think I overdid it on the micro glaze. I'll put some inside here. You like that? He likes that. Can you guys hear him talking from the other room? Okay. And don't be afraid to turn your page. Anywhere that you want it to run, just make it, just tilt your page. I'm just gently tapping mine. Probably makes it look woo, but. Okay, now let's dry that so that it stays in place. Michael stops. I was just getting ready to ask you if you have trouble getting any of the products up there. Michael's down here stopped selling Tim Holtz quite a while ago, and hers. I don't even know if they ever carried hers. I can still go to Hobby Lobby and get Tim Holtz products, but Michael's, yeah, they got discontinued that a while ago. Beg your pardon? I can't hear you.
What color is that?
This is called peeled paint. It's in the green family. Oh, did it look black? It's because it's an ink. I mean, it's a stain. So it's a stain, and so therefore it's darker. I've even sometimes I'll use my silicone brushes to kind of get the paint moving just a little bit more. I don't think I need that tonight. What is happening with that right there? What is that? Not sure what that is. Let me take that off. There we go. Not sure what that dark spot was. Be careful also with your lids. Make sure that you're putting them back on. All right, so I'm good with that half, and I think we should start over here with this half. Okay, so I'm just gonna rotate it and kind of flip it around and start with the exact same procedure. I'm gonna put down the, oh, there's that postponing, restarting in 14 minutes. Let's not. Bobby says a little bit of a fairy look too. And Crystal says, and Jane Davenport. I don't know Jane Davenport. I have to go to Amazon if I want some special stuff. Jeff Bezos has me held hostage. And there was a lot of, I know the shipping is like, so bad when it comes to trying to send stuff. I sent a package to Canada. I'm gonna think 7 years ago. No, it's probably longer than that. It's been a while, and it back then was like $30 for a book. All I did was send a book, and it was like $30 in shipping. I mean, she paid for the shipping, but still, I couldn't believe it was so much just to get a book shipped there. Okay, so I'm just adding this gentle sponge sugar. It's kind of got a pretty name, doesn't it? So I'm just kind of adding that. It'll be a background kind of color. We may add more of it later. I think what I'm going to do with this one isn't so bad compared to the Distress, so I think I'm going to go ahead and just spray it on like this and then get it running. There we go. It's okay if it runs back over here. It might get a little muddy though, so just dab it off if it gets muddy. And see where it's hitting that resist again. It's doing the bubble. It's bubbling up. I might as well just take it off because it really won't do anything there because of the resist. Okay, so I'm going to dry this one and we'll go in with the next one. That green is still very vivid. I may knock it back with a different color because I really wanted more pink. Crystal says, oh, Bobby says, LOL. Crystal says, when I mailed ATCs for all, it was cheap from here, but expensive to send from the U.S., so I always added extra U.S. funds to cover shipping. That was sweet of you. I never even, oops, I'm getting all muddy over here. Thought about, you know, participating in all the swaps and trying to buy from U.S. markets. I mean, the big companies, I understand, but I mean, there's the smaller sellers. Like today, I missed so many sales today online. There was so many people with lives, and I missed all of them. Doug and I sat down and watched Maddie's for a little while, but I really couldn't participate. Oh, that's pretty. But we did get to watch her. And she was on for so long, too. So, got to pop in and out. But, yeah, I bet it would be not very cost-effective to buy from people in the U.S. Once you have to pay for shipping the products, you could probably go to your local thrift stores to actually find them. All right, here we go. I'm just going to add a little. Oh, see, I like this. Isn't that pretty? I may just add the pinks on this edge with a little bit of that green peeled paint and not add the distress one, the oxide one. Sometimes I get inspired by myself. I inspire me. Can you guys see where we added the string too is creating its own dimension and texture there. Okay, so let me dry this one. Ooh, it's getting a little bit bright. Kind of taking a minute to dry on this one. Like I said, if you hold your card up, it dries better because the heat kind of passes through instead of just going to your surface. There we go. All right, let's try this side with just a little bit of the spray stain peel paint. Let's see what we get. Sometimes it's just about experimenting. Yeah, follow that curve. Crystal says, I'm enjoying this. However, I have to put my baby parrot to bed. She needs her sleep or she's angry in the morning. Enjoy your evening, everyone. And to Doug, enjoy your ribs. Thanks, Crystal. You have a good night, too. And give your birdie a kiss for me. Gosh, that makes me miss our birds. Of course, having a cat probably and birds mixed is probably not a good idea. Probably not a good idea at all. Okay. Oh. Oops. Sorry about the noise. Okay, I'm liking that. This is more what I was hoping that would look like, so let me just, oh, you know what, I threw that back on there. I'm just gonna let that dry. Yeah, see here where it got muddy and I didn't get to it in time. It turned this really, and down here at the bottom too. See, it turned this murky brown color, and I wasn't wanting brown. I really wanted to stay with the pink and the green family. So I'm going to add some pink back over here because I think I got too much green in the mixed. Let's see what happens. Sometimes you can just layer it back up if you're not liking what you got. Let's lay out that pink. I'm gonna tilt the card this way for a minute, guys, so hopefully you can still see, but oh, he's bringing me a glass of tea. Thanks, sweetie.
Let me sit with you.
Hmm?
Let me sit with you.
You can. Find a seat.
I bring a seat.
You bring a seat?
I can't see the window.
Oh, that's okay.
I sit over here.
Yeah, you can sit behind me if you want. My sister says, oh, so cute. I think she's talking about the parrot. She was talking about the parrot. Okay, let's... All right, there we go. Now, see, whenever I did these, whenever I did this one and this one with the purple, they really blended better. all of this ended up blending, the colors blended, and each one of them stood out on its own. This high contrast, this is a high contrast to me. It's high contrast using the pinks and the greens. And so my greens and pinks are kind of mixing and becoming very muddy. I'm not real happy with mud. But that's okay, we can move on. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the white, I think, and try to tone it down just a bit more with this green area. Let's see. I think I got way too much resist spray right here too. I didn't mean for the whole area to be stark white. I can move if you want to sit it behind me.
No, I'm good.
You're good?
I'm good.
What do you think, Doug? What would you do if this was yours? Is that right? That's what you do?
Gee. Well, when you used that in the dark green, I thought it was black, so I thought that was a good call. But yeah.
Black. Black's always good, but
Maybe some glitter.
I'm thinking glitter's not.
I don't like glitter, so no. I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay.
Beth joined us.
Beth joined us?
Yeah.
Hey, Beth. Thanks for coming tonight. I'm just making a mess right now. I'm making a mess. It's not what I envisioned, and sometimes that happens, you know?
one of the coolest looking messes I've ever seen.
Oh, thanks, sweetie. It is kind of a mess. So I'm just kind of trying to fix my mess. But like Crystal was saying earlier, happy accidents. I'm not so sure this is a happy one. Okay, so I'm going to dry this.
Crystal can't see my garage, right?
No, Crystal can't see your garage. She actually went to go put her parrot to bed.
There wouldn't be a happy accident, she said.
Okay, I'm just going to touch this off with the spray stain. Sponge sugar. Maybe shimmer, but not glitter.
That would be fun.
Oh, thanks, Beth. I'm glad you like it. I'm getting ready to add some sponge sugar to help balance out some of the white areas. Let's see if that fixes this for me a little. Give it a little bit more balance. Okay, I just sprayed that straight on. I'm going to add a splash of color. See, this is what I was talking about. Whenever you spray, you get like the splatter, like that. And I didn't want splatter on here, but I put that resist right there so it beat it up really easily for me to wipe it off. So it keeps that area nice and clear. Okay. Really like that. I don't think I just need to add some more of this white. Kind of tone down that picked raspberry. And then, as my sister said, add some shimmer. So I am going to add some shimmer with this tattered rose. What?
Yeah, I was just saying, what
Tattered rose. Yeah, it's the ones you got me for Christmas.
Win for me.
Win for you. And you're going to see some shimmer, because this is like metallic and it has a ball in it. So when I shake it, the ball, you have to make sure that you can hear the ball freely. There we go.
Like metal flake paint, right?
Yeah, but if I haven't learned how to use this very well, because I've looked at them online, and whenever they do it, they just go like this, and they get these dainty little dots. And I don't get dainty little dots, so I'm going to spray it on here. See? And then I'm going to take my splatter brush.
Oh, I'm out.
Here we go. My splatter brush. Like that. And splatter it. Hopefully you guys can see that when I'm done. Okay, need a bit more. Need a bit more. Okay. Gives some shimmer. Let me see my shimmer. There we go. I'll hold it up so you guys can see it in just a second, because it's kind of hard to see it. All right, let me hold it up to the camera. Let me see, can you see the shimmer? Not really. Oh, here, you can see them right there. See all of these little shimmery, glittery spots? Okay, I don't think we need to still tackle the pink over here. I think it's too pink. Okay, what is Beth saying? Let me read what Beth said. Charlene, several years ago, Hobby Lobby had a wooden sign that I bought with scalloped edges, white and pink and gold, that said, she leaves a little sparkle wherever she goes. I do. Aw, thanks, honey. I do need that sign. Okay, I'm gonna pause on that. I'm gonna tone down that pink just a hair more, because I think that it's. Let me see if I add this. Does that tone that down? Just kind of going to move that. One of the things about using distress is you can keep layering, and you can, oh, I got mud Let me take that mode out. You know, I was saying, Beth, I need, there we go. Let me turn that down. I need more decor in here because I don't have anything in here. I have two things hanging. And that's it. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, now I'm going to pretty much say that's pretty done. I'm not real crazy about this dark green up here area, but if you was to fold this in half as a journal card, that's pretty, it's kind of wet. Kind of wet. Let me dry it. And then we're going to add some splatter, I think, to tone that. Punch it back just a hair. I just put some white acrylic paint on my block. You got to make sure that this is dry, otherwise it'll absorb, the white acrylic paint will absorb it. Instead of being white, it'll take on the color that's down there. Just gonna pick up some of that excess paint. Yeah, I can definitely see this working in a fairy journal. Okay, so I'm gonna take my white paint and I'm gonna add my water. Something Crystal says is my distress water line. I accidentally called that water distress water. So I coined it first if, you know, somebody wants to.
Can you order that somewhere?
No, you can't order distress water.
I'd like a glass of distress water, please.
Okay, so I'm just going to take my splatter brush and
wow, that is looking beautiful. I'm not even. I'm just seeing it on my phone and it's.
There we go. Okay, now I've got a mess, so I'm gonna clean up my mess real quick, and then we'll start on the next one. That's just gonna sit there and dry.
I mean, I have to agree with Beth. That is stunning.
You like it?
Yeah.
The splatters kind of all pull it back together, don't you think?
It's so funny because I can't see it from sitting here. I can only see it from my phone, and I'm looking at it through my phone going, man, that thing's awesome.
Thanks, Beth. Beth says you need to go order me a sign, baby. That's what Beth says.
I know. I don't know. She has enough to start 3 stores. Maybe we should just pick something from her. What do you sell me, Beth? What do you got that you don't want anymore?
Oh, gosh. I told you we was going to get messy, guys. So I'm going to set this off to the side. I really need to clean it. And then we're going to start on the next one. Because I really want to show you guys how to do this without using the sprays.
My messy wife.
I'm making a huge mess right now. Huge mess. Oh, what happened to the...
Uh-oh.
Is this plugged in?
The computer died.
How do I start it back up again?
I don't know. Oh, I wouldn't have done that.
Oh, okay, it just restarted itself.
Okay.
I can't see the chat, that's all. You can see the chat, so we're still good.
No, I can see the chat.
You can see the chat until I get my laptop back up. Okay, I gotta clean my acrylic block again. It's dirty.
Technical difficulties here in the craft room.
Yeah, my computer completely restarted. It kept threatening to, and I ignored it. This is what happens when you ignore technology. Okay, can you guys, let me stand up so you guys can see.
I don't even know if they can hear us. Y'all can hear us, right?
Yeah, they can hear us through this one. I was just trying to show them all of
Well, that makes sense now. I feel like a dummy.
what's in here. It's okay, babe. All right, now I did start one. Where did I put it? I did start one. So we'll start this one. I'm going to show you guys how to do this one. Let me see if I can get my laptop. You guys can talk to Doug for a second. Okay, it's back up.
Well, Beth, vintage is a very key word nowadays. Means you can charge twice the price of anything.
Thanks, Bobby. I'm glad you liked it. My sister liked that one. Okay, so I'm going to start on this one, and I've already gessoed this one. If you guys were with me at the beginning, you saw that I had excess gesso, so I just applied it to this, which is just craft cardstock paper. I got it picked up at Hobby Lobby, so you do kind of want something a little heavier for this. I tested some papers by spraying them with the edges with water to see if they would curl, like this one is doing, unfortunately, but that's just because of the way I threw it over there is why it's curling. Okay, so the next thing we need is that tissue paper again. Let me see, where did I put the tissue paper? Ah, here we go. Okay, we're going to use some of this Tim Holtz tissue paper. I had some sitting here from earlier, but I'm just going to take off a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to move these sprays because I've already used these ones. I'm going to sit them back here so I can remember, hey, I already used you. And we're going to grab our next set, which is going to be these ones. So I'll show you those in a second. Okay, so we're going to put our tissue paper down. I'm not sure if you guys can see it on here, but you can still see where the, oops, excuse me.
She wants to know if Tim Holtz still sells that tissue paper.
I don't know. You can still see it back here too. The tissue paper. I don't know if Tim Holtz still sells that or not. I don't even know where we got it, but I got boxes of it. I mean, like, I have 4 or 5 of these, plus I have 2 of his blank ones where it's just the tissue paper that you can stamp on. So I'm not sure if he still sells it or not. It's...
Bobby gotta go.
Oh, why?
Go eat.
Bobby, you don't need to eat. You can just hang out with me all night. You don't need to go eat. Okay, I'm gonna put that there. So I'm just teasing, sweetie. You can go eat. Okay, we got this one. I think I'll put it over here. But what did she say? She let me know next live. Okay, I will definitely let you know the next time I go live because I enjoyed hanging out with you. So I'm going to use the gesso. I'm going to set that off to the side. I'm going to use this gesso a little bit to attach the tissue paper. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, I've seen you use this before. It's cool.
You saw me use what before?
This tissue paper with the gesso.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put more gesso down. I'm just going to think of the gesso as glue right now. So it's just going to put that down, throw down my tissue paper.
I won't lose my man card if I enjoy this too much, right?
That's really bad. There is a lot of male creators out there, babe.
That's true.
A lot. There's a
true.
lot of males who really enjoy
And I do too.
being an artist.
Oh, that's not exactly what I meant. That really does sound bad. So.
It does sound bad.
Okay, that's not exactly what I was...
He did not mean to offend anybody.
He did not offend anybody. I'm pleased.
He just isn't thinking. Okay.
Charlene's desk is metal. That's one of the reasons with her magnet. So, talking about your magnetic surfaces.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her whole desk is metal desk. So.
Yeah, it's a metal desk, and this is plexiglass, and it's probably about that thick. So these magnets that I got at Harbor Freight, they're so strong. They go right through that plexiglass and hold everything down. See? I was lucky to find this desk. It was like, felt so nice to have.
It's so funny, I was just thinking about that a little bit ago. I'm pretty sure I know what we paid for this too. We got a steal on it.
Yeah. Okay. So this time I'm going to leave a little bit of the brown in here. Let's see what we get whenever I leave a little bit of that brown. Okay, I'm going to leave the gesso because we need string. Let's see, blues, greens. Okay, so I'm going to use this blue. We're going to throw our string down like we did before. Give it some texture. Just going to unwind it and start putting it on.
That's work.
That's work. He is being called into work. Gonna be a slave driver. Okay. You don't have to add the string, it just adds extra texture, and I love texture. I think texture is like, everything I do is texture oriented. I can kind of hear you. Okay. I might need some more gesso to hold this in place. Beth says, where did you say you found the desk? I missed it. I was typing. I found the desk at a thrift store. It was one of those, you want all the details. Okay, wait a minute. Let me answer the first one. The first one was the desk I found at a thrift store. And it was just a local thrift store. And it was probably like $25 to $35 for my metal industrial desk. It's really long. It's 6 feet long that way. I do need more gesso. Actually, the string I got from Hobby Lobby. It was on sale, and I got each of them for 25 cents. This is, I took the label off. I'm sorry about that. Something. Oh, I got it here. This one is metallic zoology. It says it was made in Europe. 50% nylon, no, 59% nylon and 41% poly. And the number, has it got a number? Just made in Europe. Oh, here's the collar number. 1875. And this one is something a little bit different because it has a different number. Oh, there's the name of it. Diamond DMC, and it's metallic. And I have, this one is the same as that, but it has a different number. Let's see, it has 1868. I also have this in pink metallic, 1864. And then I have it in this pearl, 1898. So I'm going to use all of those. And then I have this gold. Yeah, they're making all kinds of noise. This one came from Walmart. Coates and Clark from Walmart. So its number is right there. AD68, color is 0801. So that's the thread I was using.
You let her know about that.
Oh, okay. I'll give you all the details on all of the products. I usually try. I'm using the gesso. That's the gesso I'm using. And it came from either Walmart or Hobby Lobby. I'm not really sure. I need more of it, so let me put it down. I will definitely start telling you more details. So I'm just going to adhere with the gesso, the string with the gesso. But you could use any string for this. If you want to go thicker, you can. If you want to go, this is pretty thin, so I don't think you can go thinner. but you don't have to use metallic. I just prefer that look. Okay. And I'm not sure, Beth, if you saw the beginning. Let me show you. Oh, you like that Coates and Clark? Oh, yes, it was a Diamart brand. Is this one. Diamart. This is what we're creating, and then here's the finished one that I did. So you can see what the finished product is kind of looks like whenever you're done, what you can actually achieve with it. I was saying I was going to frame this one and put it up on my wall. So that's the goal. So that's why I was using metallics too, is because of the color choices. But okay. So if you have any questions, just let me know and I will try to jump on here and answer any questions you have that anybody has, really. I don't care. And put this string down. Now you can put it wherever you want. I just make sure that it's stuck down rather than popping up. Like that little baby wanted to pop up on me. Okay. I think he's having an argument with our cat right now. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. I'm going to take the heat gun and dry it. Like I said earlier, you don't have to have the heat gun. You can either let it dry naturally, or you can use a heat gun, or this one came from Ranger. Obviously, I've got ink on it. This should set that string right in place so you don't have to worry about it anymore. It's down. Once it's down, it's down. You just have to make sure it's down first. Oh, see, right there is popped up. That would have given me some extra texture, but that's okay. And try to make sure that all your layers are completely dry. Okay, let's see. Spell it, please. Okay, I will spell it. Yep, I got you. Let me spell that. It is D-I-A-M-A-N-T. Yeah, and it says DMC thread. Okay, that feels pretty dry to me. See you later.
Bye, baby.
And let's see. Next step is the stencil. We're going to use stencils. I think I can't decide if this stencil or this one. I think this one is Hero Arts, and I think this one is Tim Holtz. I didn't label my stencils, so I'm not sure. Again, whenever you're doing your stencils, you need to make sure that you have paper towel or something like that, so that you can and get it damp. Move that out of the way. And then that way your stencil, whenever you're done with it, can sit on the damp paper towel, and you can wash them later. Because if you don't, then it tends to get stuck on your stencil, and then your stencil is pretty useless as a stencil. It becomes very, very thick if you don't. So mine's not wet yet. I don't need to do that. Don't need to do that yet. So yeah, try to keep your stencil moist while you're doing this. Otherwise it gets stuck on there. Diamond DMC thread, D-I-A-M. Oh, okay. Diamart is how you pronounce it. I don't know. I just buy products. I don't know how to pronounce things. I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure I got that at Hobby Lobby. And they were having a sale last year. And I'm pretty sure I got that really cheap. because it was like 25 cents each. So sorry, I'm just cleaning my stencil from earlier, making sure that it's not going to dry up on me. And then we'll get back to that in just a second. I had forgotten how long I'd been sitting here. But I get you. Okay. All right. Just going to keep that moist until I get back to it. Oops. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this stencil. I do?
Text you on my way home if you want food.
Okay, babe. Oh, you're a retired English teacher? Well, then you correct me. It's okay. I don't mind a little correction in my life. Never too old to learn something new. I got this. This is like plastic, acrylic board to cover my desk. Okay, so I'm going to use this stencil, and I'm going to use the texture paste from Tim Holtz. And I got the matte version, not the glossy. I'm just going to lay that down. I'm going to use my magnets to hold my paper down. There we go. All right, I'm just, now whenever you apply this, you want thick, okay? So you want to leave it kind of thick so that all of your design doesn't get, stands out like relief. Okay, this is in my way. I can't get my wrist to turn that way. Okay. Now we're going to use some different colors. I wish my friend was here. I was going to ask him about colors. Figured he would know the best color combos. But I haven't seen him check in tonight, so he's being very quiet, or he's not here. Not sure which. Okay, so I'm going to move this down here, and we're going to get a little right here. That border is bothering me, but there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to add some more texture paste down here at the bottom. This is just my technique. You can put the stencil anywhere you want. It does not have to be on this bottom. It doesn't have to be on the top. You can run this board up and down. And probably everybody's going to critique how I'm putting this on, but my wrist is turned sideways for this, so I apologize now. This really bad technique. Okay, that should be good. There we go. Let's have some fun now. Okay, so I'm going to take up the stencil, and like I said, I'm going to put this on a paper towel. Well, actually, I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to clean this real quick. I'm telling you guys to hold it, but I don't want to. I'm going to clean it. I'm just going to grab me a separate paper towel. Beth says she's a lifelong learner. That's good. I soak up knowledge sometimes, so I like to learn all these new tricks and tips and things that of people that come out with all these different ways, not just in the art field, but in life in general. But I try to stay away from negative things, because it brings me down sometimes to see all the negatives out there. So I try to stay very, very positive. Okay, see, that didn't hurt that stencil at all. Any residual probably is easy to clean up at the end. So now that one's ready to go for my next thing. Okay, now we have to make sure that the texture paste is really, really dry. Oh my gosh, my computer went down again. I'm so sorry. I can't see the chat for just a second. Hang on just 1 second while I boot it back up. Okay, back in the chat. Not sure what was happening there. Oh, I'm not very good at Okay, so now we have to make sure that this is really dry. That's what I was saying, guys. And so let's dry this. And my next color combos are going to be, I'm going to dry this way, top, is we are going to use Salvage Patina, Shabby Shutters, Villainous Potion, and Salty Ocean. And we're not going to use sprays. We are going to use the oxides. And I'm going to show you, in case you guys don't have any of the sprays. You don't need them for this project. They're easier to apply, but you don't need them. Okay, so our big thing is not to add too much heat because it will bubble your texture paper. I'm going to move those. I'm drying my own ink pads. That's not good. What was I thinking? Let me move them out of the way. Okay. And as I was saying to earlier, you can make your own texture paste. You don't have to go buy expensive texture paste. This one just cost me well, it was $9 after tax on Amazon, and I have it overnighted to me so that it would be here today in time for this. But you don't have to buy that. You can mix up your own. I have seen plenty out there with like baking soda. There's a baking soda one out there. Okay, that's really dry. Hopefully dry enough. This really should sit overnight, guys. If you have the time, go ahead and make them a bunch up to this point and let them just sit there overnight so that they can dry completely. I'm impatient and I don't want to wait. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is done. Okay, so there's two ways you can do the Distress Oxides. I'm going to start with the lighter color. I like that better. You can either apply straight to the edge, like this. You can apply it straight to the edge and then add your water so that it runs. Okay. You can do it like that. See, it's running. I mean, it will take a little bit, but you keep building that up and it will eventually run all the way to where you want it. Okay, I'm going to re-dry that and show you it the different way. Let's see, Shabby Shutters. See about drying that. Okay. All right. This is my tray. It goes in a larger container. So, and I have it all labeled with all of my colors. These are just my oxide tray. I have an ink tray and then one at the top there that's just for blends. But this is how I store my tops. So this is Shabby Shutters right here. So I'm going to grab that. And this is how we're going to apply this. I'm just going to take the Shabby Shutters straight and I'm just going to apply it straight on. Okay. So this kind of way is a little bit more my cat's getting in my cabinet. Defined. You can definitely tell where your color is going, so you can have more control. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So once your color is on, let me see what's happening. Okay. She's good. You guys are still good in chat, right? My computer didn't freeze or anything like that. I think you guys are good, right? Yeah, I think you're good. Okay, so, wait, let me put I was on top chat. Let me put this on live chat so that I can see better. There we go, okay. Don't forget guys to give me a thumbs up. That would be nice. All right, so now we're going to apply our water, and we're just going to spritz the water right on and try to get that moving. Sometimes you might have to get a little bit more color, but there we go. Just give it some water. Get that moving. And then we're going to hit it with our heat gun. Now again, like I said, this way has a lot more control, because you can really see exactly where your colors are. I think Bobby should have stuck around a little bit longer. She would have seen some beautiful colors here. I think she would have liked these color combinations. Okay. And I'm going to add the next color there. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. That was nice. Okay, so I'm going to add the Savage Patina. Okay, and we're going to do it the same way. I'm going to put the shabby shutters back in my little tray. Here we go. And peel that off. And my Salvage Patina is missing. Oh, it's over here. I'm bad. I did not put it away. It's right here. I must add it there. Sorry, hit that. Okay, here we go. Let's add our Salvage Patina. This should give us some good color here. You kind of want to apply a heavy hand instead of going light, so that whenever you add the water, it runs. So that's kind of why I'm going back over some of the areas to give it extra color. I really want a little extra punch. All right, let's see what we got. Kind of moving these out of the way because I'm going to spray the water. Okay, here we go. There it goes. Sometimes you have to keep spraying until it starts running and moving. Just going to shake it up. Shake it up. I was saying it was doing the happy dance earlier. It's doing the happy dance. I'm just shaking off some of the excess. Okay. I think that's looking nice. And the thing about using the Distress Oxides and the sprays is you can just keep layering until you get the look that you want. So if you guys are crafting along with me, just keep going. If you don't like it, add more. Add more color until you're very satisfied. I might not add that Salty Ocean. I may just add the Villainous Potion because I like this look. And you can still see the chords, the strings right here. Okay. Just letting that dry. All right, let's see. That looks nice. Okay, now this time I'm going to put my Salvage Patina back and grab the Villainous Potion, which is over here. Nope, missed it. Try it again. There we go. Villainous Potion. And let's add that. This is kind of like a highlighter, so I don't want a whole lot. I'm going to put it on the edge. Okay. Again, I kind of work from right to left, but you can work however you want. Just a pop of it over here. All right, let's see. I can always come back and add a different color if I don't like it. Okay, there, that's nice. I'm actually kind of happy with that. And you don't even have to spray it if you don't want it to move, if you like the color the way that it was, but I kind of like mine to move. All right. Any questions? I can answer any questions. I have a minute to sit here and let it dry. Yeah, this is much better combo for me than the first one. I mean, I like the pinks and the greens, but this is better for me. Maybe it's just the lighter colors I like or something. I'm not really sure. Just making sure everything's dry before I apply the next one, because I don't want to get mud. Last time I got mud, and I didn't like the mud look. All right. I like how the purple attacked all of the lines. That's nice. I don't think I'm going to add the Salty Ocean. I think that would be overkill. But I think I would like a little bit more of the bundled sage in here. So I'm just going to grab that and add a little bit more right in here and down here at the bottom. Okay. And maybe just a dash over here. Just a dash. Okay. Now we're going to add our water. I'm kind of going to turn it this way so that it runs in a different direction. Don't you guys love mixed media? I mean, just being able to change things up is really nice. I just changed up the look at the bottom of this. Now we need to work on the rest of it, so I'm going to dry that and add the Savage Patina. Let me grab that one while I'm thinking of it. I got it here, so I'm ready to add it as soon as this dries. Okay. Whoops, drop that. Too many things in my hand. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of Savage Patina down here on the bottom edge. Okay. What's everybody eating tonight? I am starving, but I won't eat for a while. Because I can't think of what I would want. I could just go get it if I could think of what I actually wanted. Miss Bobby Jean left. She was eating. Sorry, I was looking at the chat. Okay, so I'm going to dry that and add a touch of purple at the bottom here. And then this one is almost done. Okay, so I'm going to add some purple, the Villainous Potion. What a name. I wonder why he came up with that name, Villainous Potion. I think he'd say, if I asked him, how'd you come up with Villainous Potion? Okay, there we go. I love that as a highlighter. Not adding too much water this time because I really want that to be slightly darker. Like that. Nice balance, contrast, and light in the middle. I'm looking to see what splatter to add on here. Beth says local fresh French bakery chicken salad and breakfast cookie from there and mangoes. Oh, that sounds like a wonderful dinner. Chicken salad. Oh, I would love some chicken salad. I haven't. Oh, I just smeared paint all over my face. Good thing you guys can't see me. Oh, I'm gonna be all kinds of. I'm gonna be a peacock. Oh, that's pretty. Anybody want to see my pretty fingers? Okay, so this is pretty. I like this. This is nice. But now it's time to add a little bit of sparkle to it. Before I do that, I'm gonna take this around my edges, and I'm just going to highlight the edges like this and give it a little bit of a frame. Oops, piece of my thing come off. It was on the edge, it didn't matter. There we go. I think that's nice. With the other ones, I took, with both of these, the black that you see is archival ink. It's the permanent archival ink. And I just took this little makeup sponge and went over the edges with it, with that, kind of giving it a frame. So that's what I did with that one. Okay, just thought I'd let you know. Beth says, I am different. I live the keto lifestyle and then splurge a bit on weekends. My GERD stopped and I lost 55 pounds when I started living the keto lifestyle. Bobby, that was in here earlier, she also does a keto diet. She did really well on it, and she really liked how it made her feel and got healthy, and she started walking. And yeah, I wish she was still in here. She'd tell you all about it. She learned to bake and buy things that way. And she found all of these really cool products. She lives in Maryland. And so she found all of these really neat products to buy that helped her be able to bake and cook with it. Okay, so I'm going to grab my acrylic paint. Here we go. My acrylic plate, I'm going to add a little bit of the, this is acrylic paint. It came from Walmart because it's apple barrel and it's gloss. So just going to add a little bit of that. And then I'm going to add some of this water like that. And then I'm going to mix it up. I forgot where my palette knife went. I found it. Just going to mix that up a little bit. Kind of want a watery texture like this so that it's not too thick. And then I'm just going to use my splatter brush. If you don't have a splatter brush, that's okay. You can use a paintbrush or anything really that you want. I'm just gonna add some. I'm not very good at this yet. I'm new at the splattering. Well, I'm not new at splattering. I'm new at using the splatter brush. So I apologize. There we go. I really want some in the center. There we go. That's good. I'm gonna wipe off my finger. I'm glad that the keto diet's working for you. I tried it, but it really sent my diabetes wonky, going like that. So I had to be very careful with it. Do you end up eating a lot of protein on that? I know you said chicken, but I guess I was thinking like beef and stuff like that. Sure. I actually knew an Arlene once. I was not a fan. But anyway, yeah, you can call me that. I don't care. I'll answer. But I will, after the live, I'll link it. If I had help, I would have them link it. But I will link it to this video, all of my supplies that I'm using. That way you guys can create these as well. Okay, so let me tell you how I made this one afterwards. So I don't know if you guys can see, but it has the string on the outside. So what I did was I took the string that we were using. I don't think I used blue on this one, and I wrapped it several times around my picture, just going in different directions in different ways so that they kind of overlapped and created this like 3D effect like that. And then I taped it on the back. So I taped it down, and that's how I created these strings. And then I took, I just had this wire thing, and I just made it into a circle. It was kind of like one of those, I think you can get these at the dollar store. And then I took some beads, and let me show you again, Dollar Tree had this. And I just took these individual ones off of there and I glued them onto the strings. And then this was a Tim Holtz word. And then this came from the Dollar Tree as well. It says Magic. It was wooden. And I just covered it with some gilding, some gold gilding paper. Beth says she eats lots of dairy. Oh. I can do dairy, but not milk. I can't do any milk. It's very healthy, yeah. Okay. Oh, thank you. It's gorgeous. I'm not sure if you're talking about this one or if you're talking about my new one, but either way. Actually, I think I'll leave this string on this one. I might come back and add that blue. That's a lovely blue string. I love that, how it highlights that. Let me cut that off and then leave it on here. Okay, leaving that on there to remind me to put that blue string on here. And then you can add your butterflies. I have really cool butterflies, and any of these would look gorgeous up against this color combination. Oh, there's one that looks perfect for it. Look at that. It's the exact colors that's in here. So that's neat. Oops, got some kind of fiber. Take that back out of there. All right, so that's number 2 down. I said originally I wanted to do 4. So let's begin again with different color combinations and see where that takes us. All right, so I'm going to put this down and we're going to apply some gesso. We are getting messy up in here. Not too much this time. So this is, again, just the gesso from Walmart. And I'm going to take the silicone brushes. I find the silicone brushes work the best. I think I got these ones at Hobby Lobby. I'm pretty sure that's where these ones came from. I have these smaller set that came in a pack of 4, 6, 7. Came in a pack of 7. I have the other one. Here it is. Pack of 7, and I use these almost every day. These are really, I use to put glue on. There went my computer again. Let me get my computer back up in case you had questions. Yeah, I use these to apply glue and things of that nature, paint, watercolor. These work great for that. And I got these at Amazon. I just avoid dairy. I don't really do a whole lot of dairy. So I'm just going to apply the gesso all over my page, and I'm going to make it go in different directions to get some texture. I'm going to show you this time how to do it with get texture without using the string. Yeah, I just don't do a whole lot of milk. I don't do cereal. I don't. So there's not really a whole lot of things I put milk in. Okay, I'm kind of being quiet just because I can put that down faster is what I thought, but you know what? Maybe not, because I'm slow tonight. All right. Oh, I got my own texture by putting my hair in it. I created that little, cover that up. You guys didn't see that. Nobody saw that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm just gonna, and then we're gonna get our tissue paper again. I had it sitting here. All right, so this time I got some map. Okay, put that down. Like I said, the gesso kind of holds it in place. This is the Tim Holtz paper, but I also had other paper. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. This is by Razzle and Ruby, and you can see it's almost identical to the Tim Holtz, but it's twice as long. And it has the fonts in it. It has music. It has text. So, and I have another one that's also from Hazel. It says Hazel. I said Razzle. Hazel and Ruby. I have another one, and it has butterflies and quotes and things of that nature on it. Okay, so I'm putting tissue paper down. Let me see. I think I'm going to put some of this right here. You can add as much or as little as you want of the tissue paper. And it doesn't have to be tissue paper. You could also do napkins. I should have grabbed some napkins so I could show you, but I didn't. So we're going to go with the tissue paper. It's okay if it goes off the edge a little bit too. That's fine. You can cut it later. Just gently going over the top, not really trying to cover it, just making sure it's sealed down. Okay, and I'm not going to add the string this time. I'm going to leave the string off, but I am going to clean up all of this extra gesso. There we go. Throw that away. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry. I'm just going to bring it up here and dry it real quick. Beth says, I don't drink milk. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys. We'll do that. I appreciate it every time you guys do that for me. It means a lot. Okay, there we go. That should dry. The gesso dries really fast. Some of the other ones, like the texture paste doesn't, but the gesso dries really fast. I can barely have to heat it up, okay? So let's add that texture paste. Before I, yeah, I want to add the texture paste, but I will need a stencil. That's what I was trying to say. And I have this one. Did I tell you guys earlier, the thicker the stencil, the better for this project, because it gives you that raised edge. So let's see, I'm just going to move this in around. And I'm using the Tim Holtz texture paste, but I also have the golden light molding paste. That's what I used on the other ones. This one was the golden, and this one was the golden. So you can see that it worked too. And you can see the relief in it. See how it sticks up? So it works just as well as the Tim Holtz one. If you're needing a cheaper one. Okay, oh, okay, I'm ready to go. Get that texture paste on there. Here we go. I'm gonna try to apply it somewhat thick. Okay, thick, thick. Okay. Gently lift it away so that you're not bumping into your edges. Oh, this is going to be pretty. Pretty, pretty. Okay. We're going to do the same thing over here on this edge. Actually, I think I might go here in the middle a little bit. I think I'm going to have it come down. That's the beauty of using stencils. You can move this around where you want it. You be in control. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn it this way. Okay, there we go, guys. So if you're crafting along with me, the brown is just craft cardstock from Hobby Lobby. It's I think it was 65 GSM. I had the paper around here somewhere, but there it is. I'm gonna show you. It was 76 pound, 205 GSM. It came from the Paper Studio, so it's not a real, it's from Hobby Lobby. So, and I didn't pay $7.49 for it. It was on sale for half price. When they're on sale, you kind of gotta snatch them up if you have the money. Okay, I always shop Hobby Lobby sales. And let's see how this looks. There we go. I think that's looking good. And if you make a mistake or you do bump it, you can take it off with your palette knife. Comes right off. Now I'm gonna, while that sits there, I'm going to take this off of here. And what I'm gonna do is, I said I was gonna show you how to make extra texture. So let me show you. I'm gonna take my palette knife, not this one. That one doesn't work as well for it. I'm gonna take this palette knife, and I'm going to run it through the paste. This stuff is kind of like marshmallow cream or icing. So that's kind of what you're working with here. So here I'm going to smear it down. Let me smear it. Okay, and then I'm going to take my palette knife on the side and create like little ridges. Beth says, where did you find the splatter brush? That exact one. I love it. And the acrylic look on which you're mixing paint. Okay, so the, I'm going to do that and talk at the same time so I can get this on. The splatter brush is a Tim Holtz product. So I ordered that from Ranger, the Ranger website. Because I just felt like I needed it. And it actually, I just got it, so I'm still learning how to adapt it and use it for splattering, but I kind of like it. I always have trouble with my splatters, but Okay, so I'm just applying the texture paste. What was the other question? Let me see. Oh, the acrylic block, that actually came, this one, that actually came from the Dollar Tree. And it had like, I didn't know this, but it had like cellophane on the top. So I got it thinking that it wasn't a clear product. I thought it was acrylic block was cloudy. And I was telling my husband, you know, it's okay, it's cloudy. I'll learn to live with it the way it is. But then I realized when I was trying to get the sticker, the store sticker off of it, that the cloudy part peeled right off. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm having one of those blonde moments. That's what happened. I had a blonde moment. Okay, so I'm just putting the texture paste down and then chopping it. Okay, just to give it some texture on the page, something to grip onto. And to add a little bit right here. So smear it down first and then chop. And if you get the edges are not smooth enough, pick it up. Right before it dries, just pick it up, and it's very forgiving, this texture paste. You can use it however you like that, okay? So you can pick it up anytime. I can go back right now and scrape that off there before it dries, if I didn't like the look of something. Okay, I'm just going to clean my stencil. Sorry. Just going to grab a baby wipe and clean this off. And it takes a second. Okay. And in the meantime, that can have a minute to dry, because that's what I was saying earlier. The texture paste has to be dry for this to work well. So now we're going to use the heat gun to dry it. Thanks, Beth. It's definitely one of those, I wasn't thinking how kind of moments, but I do need to go back and get me some more, because as you can see, I've already colored mine up with the acrylic paint. So, and I just learned that it was see-through. So I do need to go and get me a couple more of those. I think it was, now the Dollar Tree isn't $1, it's like $1.25 now for all the products. So I'm pretty sure that one was $1.25. Oh, that was my... Yes, a hair dryer. Thanks, Beth. That's a good tip. I just dropped my phone. Let me grab it. Yes, if you don't have a heat gun, a hair dryer works in a pinch. And like I said, the best thing to do with texture paste is to let it dry overnight. So you could make up a whole bunch of these and then let it dry overnight. Oh, that's... The edges are coming up. That should be about dry. The only thing you have to worry about with the heat gun too is getting the texture paste too hot, and then the texture paste bubbles. Now I have the Ranger grit paste, the green grit paste, and I like overheating it, because then it bubbles and creates this cool erosion look. And if you're a grunge person, you just love that erosion look. So so I like that. Yeah, it's been $1.25 for a while now, I know. I'm not really sure, like different ones around here were not all the same. So sometimes they were, it took a while for the different stores around here to change. But now they are sadly all $1.25. I'm just checking my Some of them aren't even $1.25. Sometimes now they're $5 for a product. Sorry, my phone's going off. I'm just going to trim up the edges a little bit. It's also, oh my gosh, that's the third time I've dropped my phone tonight. It's my husband's fault. He's vibrating my phone. Okay, I picked it up. I got it. I'm going to put it someplace else, I guess. He's asking me about dinner. He already ate. Remember? He had ribs. He should not be... oh, yes, he's concerned about me. Okay. I can handle it if it's concerned about me. Okay. So, yeah, whenever you pick this up, because this does get moist in the back. See how it's got moist from me drying it? So, you need to pick up your thing whenever you're drying it. Sorry. Move slowly. That way, it doesn't... you can get it all the way through. The heat all the way through the paper. Sorry, guys. My mind got distracted by food. There. I dried that. Okay, so that should be all dry now. It's like paste. Okay. So our color palette. Let's see what we got. I think I really enjoyed control, having a little bit more control. So we're going to go back to using the ink pads, okay? And I'm going to use, let's see, we got Distress Ink Kitsch Flamingo. We have Distress Oxide Kitsch Flamingo. I have Victorian Velvet, also oxide. We have Squeezed Lemonade, and we have Mustard Seed. So these should be fun to use. I love this color. Okay, so I'm going to put these back. I forgot to put my ink pads back. And I'm going to use this tray. I got this tray at the Dollar Tree as well. I shop at the Dollar Tree a lot. It comes in a pack of, sitting inside of a pack of 3. I forgot what this was for. Forgot how they advertised that. But anyway, yeah, oh, Villainous Potion, gotta put it back. But it comes, you know, these slide in and out. Okay, sorry about that. Let's start with a Squeezed Lemonade. Here we go, it's in the back. Oh, I haven't used it yet. It's the first time, let's see. Ooh, brand new ink pad, never used. Gotta load that one up because I haven't used it. Okay. Just gonna go around the edge right here. I'm really gonna pack this in so I can get it to run. Okay. Let's see what we can get on here. Hopefully you guys will like this color palette. Okay, I'm gonna move those out of my way for a minute. So, okay, need you to move, behave. Let's spray it with the water, get this to move. Ooh, it's pretty. Like I said, I haven't used Squeezed Lemonade. Okay. Now you have to be careful because it is wet, so you have to dry it before you can add more color, but that's already pretty. Definitely needs a bit more. It's darker than I thought, so let's see if it dries darker, shall we? Ooh, isn't that pretty? I think I'm not a big yellow person. I think that's why I haven't used this before. But that's pretty, I can see a lot of uses for this yellow. Okay. All right, now we're free to add more. So let's go ahead and add some more around the top area. And back over here. I really want that to stand out whenever I Just trying to do like one area at a time here. We'll worry about this section later. All right, let's spray it and see, get that ink to move. Anywhere you want it to be thinner or lighter, you just add more water to it. Okay, I'm gonna tilt it this way this time. Get my spray. Here, oops, here we go. Look at that moving. Doing the happy dance all the way down my page. Come on, do the happy dance. Okay. Okay, that's good. Let's dry that layer. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm gonna have to use that more. Okay, we're gonna add the Victorian velvet next. So I'm gonna dry that. Again, you need to lift it up. It dries better and the heat goes all the way through your page, okay? Yeah. I'm enjoying making these tonight. All right, Beth, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I enjoyed having that little chat with you. And hopefully I get to see you next live. So I'm trying to do more lives than just scheduling videos. But you have a good night, okay? All right, now I'm going to add the Victorian velvet from my tray. Here we go. I'm going to swap out. Where's the Victorian velvet? Here we go. All right, let's add some of this. I do use this one, so you can see I've used Victorian velvet before. Okay, we're going to build up that color. We've added that texture. Oh, I forgot to mention, you do not even have to use the inks, the oxides. You can use watercolor paint. You can use acrylic. You just have to water the acrylic down to get it to run. But you can use any kind of medium that you want to apply your colors. Okay. Trying to load up on that color right there so we can get it to run. Oops, I put that in the wrong spot. There we go. Let's add our water and get that pink to run. There we go. See how that just, I mean, it reactivated right here. I don't like the mud, so I'm going to take the mud back out. I didn't like the mud, but I like everything else, how that's all blending. I think I needed a bit more pink in there. Yeah, it's getting a little muddy right there, so just kind of comes right back out, so it's okay. It's all right. And that's the beauty of using the sponge and applying it this way, is I can come in and put this anywhere I want. So I can give more highlight color over here. Just to yep, I like that. Okay. And you don't even have to apply the water. You could just go in with this all over and you don't even have to apply the water. I just happen to like the thinned out watercolory look, so that's why I do it this way. Okay, getting it to run a little bit. Okay, don't want that mud there. All right, Time to dry that. And then we are on to our next color. We're going to add the mustard seed. Okay. Yes, our colors are doing gorgeous. And see here where we added the texture paste with the palette knife, how it's creating all of these beautiful layers and ridges. That's gorgeous. Okay, it's slightly dry right there. I mean, slightly wet, slightly dry. Yes, it's slightly dry. Okay, so our next color, we are going to use the mustard seed. And I'm going to put this one back, squeeze lemonade, and grab the mustard seed. Again, I have not used mustard seed. Like I said, I'm not real big on using yellow, but after this, I may change my mind. Let's see what this mustard seed does for us. Wow, it's bright. I like it. It's a nice highlighter. Let's see. Going back over top of some of that area. Okay. Just kind of going where I want to put the highlight. Just kind of going over it just slightly so I can get a movement. Okay. That's pretty. All right, see how that highlighted everything? I'm gonna get that moving. All right, here we go. Move on down the page. No mud. No mud, though. Oh. I don't know. I think I almost like the mustard seed better than I did the squeezed lemonade. What do you guys think? My computer shut down again, so let me boot it back up. It keeps doing that. Not sure why it keeps doing that. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it every time you do. I enjoy hanging out with y'all. You're so fun and lively. It's Saturday night. What are y'all doing tonight? Well, I know some of you left to go eat. And my husband left to go work. He's on call tonight, so he got a call. Had to exit. Okay, that looks good. Let's add our kitsch flamingo. I'm a little worried about the kitsch flamingo. I'm not going to lie. I think it may overpower my picture. So I'm just going to apply a little bit and then see what results I'm getting, okay? I'm going to move that out of my way. Somehow it got in my way. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of the kitsch flamingo. And I want to see, I'm going to put it down here. Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Again, it's like a kind of a highlighter, so I'll just put it in some of these other areas. It's not much different than the pink flamingo. Victorian velvet. Okay. I can live with that. We'll get it wet and see what happens. I don't think I put enough ink on to actually make it run, but that's okay, guys. I kind of like the highlighted look. I'm just going to dab it up and then dry it. Yeah, that was kind of like a little highlight, little extra pop of color. I'm okay with that. And then we're going to use the Distress ink. I actually didn't get out the ink one. Let me see if I can reach it from here. Sorry about the noise. Okay, here we go. Found it. Now my tray's all over the place. Oh, giving that extra dry time. Didn't mean to. Okay, I'm going to put that one back so I don't confuse it. This one is for a different one for my ink so that I don't combine them. I keep them separate. And, okay. So I'm hoping this, it's kind of small. Maybe I can go over the edges with it. Not really. It's kind of dried out. These minis dry out if I don't use them. Yeah, that one may be too dry, guys. Let me see if I can. I'm going to put it down like that and then spritz it with a bit of water. And then I'm going to go ahead and just dab my thing right into it. Nope, not getting anything. All right, we'll have to go to plan B. I'm going to put that one back so I remember what it went to. Okay, that one's not working for me. So plan B, let's see, what should be plan B? Actually, I think I have some old paper. Let's see about adding some old paper to the edge and see what happens. Okay, it's going to be green. No, I don't think that's the color I'm wanting. So I'm going to take that back out. I think I'm going to use, let me take it back off. I'm going to use the Delusions ink spray again, the white. It's white linen. I'm going to give it a shake. Oh, you like the happy dance, huh? Yeah, it needs a little happy dance. Yeah, this is good. Just need to add some of this. I wish this wand was better. Okay, I'm just going to give that a little spritz. This is not this is Ranger Diane Wakely's product, not Tim Holtz, but that's okay. Like I said, you don't have to have any of this. You can have watercolors. You can do the same thing with watercolors. There we go. Yep, that balanced that right back out. See? That's nice. Let me apply a little bit right here at the bottom. Get that moving. Shake, shake, shake. Happy dance. Okay. I'm going to give that a quick dry. And then we'll move on to this side of the page. Could use a little bit darker pinks over here, but we can come back and keep layering too. Let's get the other side balanced out so I can get a good visual. All right, let's start over here. We're going to start with our squeezed lemonade. I really enjoyed this, so let's add our squeezed lemonade. I'm just going to go right over it where I want it to be. Like if I had just made it run there. Okay. Don't want it too dark in certain spots. Oh, there we go. All right, so that's the, you could also go ahead and add some of the other colors and then have them all run together, but they will blend that way and possibly get mud, so I didn't want mud. But it is an option. Here we go. Let's see if I can get it to run. Okay, here we go. Just dabbing off some of the excess. That's pretty. It definitely needs a bit more. But I also have the mustard seed, which is slightly darker, so that won't be a problem to add that one. So we'll add it next. All right? Okay. I don't even know what time it is, guys. Is it getting late? Maybe this, I should do one more after this, I think. Because I have some really cool colors I'm wanting to use. Some color combinations. Okay, just need to dry that off. like I said, it helps to hold your picture up so that you can dry it all the way, because otherwise you get moisture trapped behind your paper. Okay, let's add the mustard seed. The mustard seed. Put the squeezed lemonade back and add mustard seed. Actually, that's not true. I was supposed to add the Victorian Velvet next. How did I end up with 2 mustard seeds? Does anybody notice how I have 2 mustard seeds? Not sure how that happened. Victorian Velvet. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Don't pay attention to me. Okay. Okay, I'm just adding a bit more where I want it to be. Kind of blend it all back out. Okay, now we'll add a bit of water and watch it do it again. Let's go. Okay, it doesn't blend, I mean, it doesn't run as well, but it still gives you a really consistent look, even with the ink pads versus the sprays. Okay. And getting it wet allows it to kind of spread out a little bit and thin your colors out so that they look more watercolory. But look at this lovely texture. I'm loving that. That is beautiful. And these make lovely journal cards, or you could use them as covers for your journals with the paper. I'm gonna have to try the same way with trying this with watercolors. I think that I would get amazing results with watercolors. If somebody else does it with watercolors, let me know so that I can ask you some tips. Give me some tips and tricks. Okay, I do not know how I ended up with 2 mustard seeds, but I did. Okay, time to add the mustard seed. Ooh, forgot how bright that was. I'm still in frame. Hope so. But look up here, when I applied the mustard seed, you can see that it didn't stay strong. It actually, so that's, I'm okay with adding this much because it does thin itself back out, okay? I'm gonna take that and put it away this time. I don't know what happened last time, how I ended up with that. Extra. Read all about it. Okay, spray. Ooh, that's running this time. That's okay. It's all right to run. There we go. Okay, that ended up stronger than the other side, but that's okay because we're still going to add the pink over top of it. And that's how we got this lovely look up here. So I'm going to dry this. Remember to dry between layers. It's very helpful to dry between layers. Okay, there we go. Hopefully there's some of you out there crafting along with me and your results are better than mine. I mean, I'm loving mine, but I'm just having a good play today. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so this needs to be balanced out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the Kitsch Flamingo over here, which I already still have. Is this, nope, that was Victorian Velvet. That's the beauty of having my tray labeled. If it was, this one was empty, so I knew immediately that that one's Victorian Velvet. If I pull out more than one, I get into trouble. My memory's not that good. All right, here we go. Let's add some of this back in. Makes a nice highlighter. Look at that. Just tone that down just a hair because it's really bright. I'm just going to go ahead and do a little of the edge there. That's nice. Let's add the water. Oh, put that over there so it doesn't get, I don't accidentally spray it. Okay. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Okay, that is lovely. I love those colors. Let's get that dried so we can see it. And like I said, we can come back and layer more and more and more. I wish you guys could feel how this feels and feel how the texture, you can actually touch it. But see, if you don't like part of it, you can cut part of it off and you can keep part of it as a journal and the a journal tag, journal card. That's what I'm trying to say. A journal card, guys. Journal card. Or you could use this in multiple ways. You can even use it just in collages. Okay. Adding a bit there. Oh, I like that pink highlighter color. Okay. The inside too, you could layer more over this. Okay. So like I said on the other one, at this point, I would probably do my strings. Can you guys see the strings right here? I would probably add the strings at this point to give some more dimension. And I just wrapped the string. I just took the string and wrapped it around like this and back and forth across it like that, so that you can, you know, like you can immediately see that gold is going to enhance that image. Okay. And if you were going to make these into journal cards, I would go ahead and cut it into a journal card before I added the string. Okay. And now we are going to take some splatter to it. So let me find my acrylic paint. Here it is. I'm just going to use this. I'm going to add some white acrylic paint from Walmart. I'm going to put some on my tray here. I'm going to get it wet and mix it up. I'm using distilled water, guys, so that way it doesn't discolor my paint. It keeps it this true white color. Just gonna wipe that off. And grab my splatter brush. Here we go. Whoops, I got some string. I don't need you right now. Okay, I'm gonna put this on my splatter brush. It looks like it could have been a little bit wetter. Just gonna add a little bit more water so I can get it to flow. Okay, and then I'm just going to I'm just gonna do it this way. This way gives smaller circles. There we go. I want my eye to be drawn in the middle, so okay, that's good. Sit this back off to the side. I'm a mess, guys, but that's the whole beauty of mixed media, is you're gonna get messy. It's just the nature of it. You can wear gloves if you don't like getting your hands all icky, or you have an event to go to, because mine are lovely. Oh, you like the yellow? I wasn't sure you would like the yellow, but I'm glad you do. Let me get my splatter brush cleaned out real quick. I'm afraid of all that acrylic paint drying in there. And then we're going to add one more thing to make that really pop. Yeah, my splatter brush is getting used. I'm gonna have to wash that. I'm gonna add the Distress Spritz Tattered Rose. I think that it will offset that beautifully. I have to shake it because it has a ball in it. So I just want to make sure that it's all mixed up, and gently okay. That was pretty gentle, I think. I don't know. Every time I see Tim Holtz do it, it's like it works miracles in his hand and not in mine, but could never get it to be a gentle squeeze. Okay, so there is this piece done. I'll stand up so that you guys can see it better. Isn't that pretty? And you can see all the gorgeous texture paste. It looks kind of like paint smears with like flowers. And you can still see the tissue paper collage in the back. If you don't like that to see that much through there, you can cover it more with the gesso. You can see all the shimmery spray that I just put on in the white. The white's still drying, but yeah, I'll give it a quick dry here. And then I would just add some decor to it. Let me show you. If you use a die cut, here's one. See, you can easily put a die cut right there, and it makes a nice journal card. You add a sentiment, cut that off. It's very pretty. I would use white on this one. I would also do the edges. You can easily go over it with your ink pad. Like if you was wanting the yellow, you can go over the edges like that just to give it some extra framing. Again, if you're using this as journal cards, I would wait until you've cut them into journal cards before, my computer just shut off again, before you add this, okay? But just gonna go over the edges with it. I'm trying to, there we go. Trying to bring up that computer, guys. Did I miss something in chat? Alyssa, hi, never watched you before. First time viewer, but love the thumbnail on your live. The background is gorgeous. I just bought those silicone brushes. How do you like them? I love them. I love the silicone brushes. It is my go-to brushes. These here are my go-to brushes. Thank you for joining me. I've been having a lot of new people, and I really enjoy connecting. So I'm a mess. I'm sorry. I apologize. So yeah, and what was I saying? I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought there, Alyssa. Am I saying your name right? What's that? Let me read it again. Alicia. That is pretty. Alicia. Yes, I love my silicone brushes because they are so easy to clean. This has gesso on it, and look, the gesso just comes right off. I mean, I have to push a little bit because these have been sitting here for half an hour. But otherwise, they come off nice and clean. I get a little bit of soap and water, and they just come right up. I like the purple ones. I have this set here from Amazon, and I use these on a daily basis for all my glue and stuff like that. And they're really versatile, but I love cleaning them because I would much rather clean these than my other brushes like this one. These are harder for me to clean. And yeah, I just like how they perform on everything, and they're strong and sturdy to apply everything. I don't know why I'm cleaning that. I need to quit cleaning it. I have one more to make. Okay, so we're done with that one. So that's, let me see how many we've gotten. We've gotten 1, 2, 3 done. So let's do one more. It's pronounced Alicia, like Alicia Keys. Thanks for responding. Alicia. Okay, I will remember that. Alicia Keys. Well, I won't remember Alicia Keys, but I'll remember how to say your name. I appreciate you telling me, because some people don't tell me, and I am pretty sure I am mispronouncing their names completely. But they're nice and not telling me, and I wish they would, because it makes me feel better to know I'm calling you by the right name. Let's throw down some more gesso. There we go. Alicia, do you use a lot of mixed media? Do you use a lot of this messiness? I'm going to put down my gesso again on my cardstock. We're just going to add this. I'm glad you like the thumbnail. Whenever I saw it, it made me smile. And I'm like, I got to use that for my live, because I just wanted everybody to think this is going to be something fun. And it is fun for me. I really enjoy getting messy. But I am getting hungry. Everybody keeps leaving to go eat dinner. And I'm like, I didn't get dinner. So let's not talk about food, because then my tummy's going to rumble. But no, you can talk about food. It's okay. I don't have any rules here. You can talk about food if you want. But, okay. I'm using these magnets to hold this down. My desk is metal. Everybody asks me how I'm getting the magnets to stay down. The desk is metal, so they go right through. These magnets are strong, so they go right through the plexiglass to hold this in place while that dries. And I am going to grab something to clean that while that dries. That's a gesso. It dries really fast. We don't have to talk about this either. We could talk about something else for a minute if you guys want. I do not mind. Anything you got to say on your mind tonight? I was asking everybody what they normally do on a Saturday night. I'm usually watching TV. I was watching a good show right before I started the live. I was watching The Pit. I'm just getting caught back up on that. It's a really good show. I was kind of, you know, I like medical drama, so. Sorry, I had to get a drink. I'm going to dry this real quick so we don't have to sit here and wait. Usually gesso is just a second. Keep these off. Oh, that created some interesting texture. Okay, I dried that, and I forgot to put my tissue paper down, which, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to take some of this tissue paper and put some right there, I think, and maybe some right here. I'm not going to add a whole lot this time. We'll just add a little bit. I do mostly card making, but I have really gotten into using other ideas in Tim Holtz products in the past 2 years or so. I actually just bought my first jar of gesso, and I'm excited to try it out. Yeah, I love this stuff. I use it on just about everything, because it also works, like you can see right here, it also works like glue. So I use that. I should have put the, I'm gonna put the gesso down first. Put the gesso down first and then put the paper on. That way it takes out all the air bubbles. This silicone brush takes out all the air bubbles inside here. So you can put that right down. Okay, looks like I need just a dab more gesso. Oops. Oh, I said a dab. It did not be a dab. Yeah, so I use gesso on my journal pages and things that I'm wanting to knock back a little bit whenever I do my art pages, so that it's not so strong. My pages aren't so bold. If I use a digital or something like that and it's two areas of it are not or too bold colors and stuff like this, gesso, that's what I use gesso for. Not that you asked, but that is one of the things that I do. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and throw in some string again. I'm going to use this pearl this time just to give it some texture. I watch a lot of card making videos. I just think that there's a lot of value still in sending out cards to people. I actually only got one Christmas card this year. And that was like, wow, when did we lose the art of sending out Christmas cards? Okay, I'm going to glue down the fibers here of this string just to give it some extra texture. I like receiving cards, but then that means I should be sending them out. But I do try to send out gifts to people whenever I have their email, or their emails, their addresses. So if I have anybody that wants me to send them out some goodies, just send me your email, your email, your home address, and I will send you out some goodies. Because I like sending and gifting things to people. I think that's nice. It makes me happy when I receive a gift in the mail. Do you send out a lot of the cards you make, or do you just sell them? Okay, that should work with the gesso there. I'm going to dry that, clean my desk off again. Maybe you don't sell them at all. I shouldn't have assumed that you sold them. Sorry for the assumption. I do a lot of the stuff I make. I don't sell it. I just keep it. Or I gift it to people. There we go. All right, that should be dry. Now, the next thing is going back to the stencils. So I have this really cool one. And I think I'm just going to apply it like this. And we're going to add the texture paste, the Ranger texture paste. We're going to add that. Just going to go right over it. This will probably be the last one, guys. And I am getting hungry. Keep talking about food. And I think that he just arrived with my food. Alicia says, I don't really sell my cards at all. I just give to people and donate a bunch each year to the nursing home near me, so they have cards to send out. That is so lovely. That's a beautiful thing to do. That's really sweet. You must be a very kind person. Because a lot of people don't even think about that kind of stuff. I know I didn't think about it. That's a good idea, though. My daughter used to work at a nursing home, and Yeah, it was kind of sad, the things that she saw in there and how lonely people can get. And it'd be nice if they could have something to send out. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit more here at the bottom. I'm going to do it this way. There, just want a bit more of this. Okay. Yeah, that's all I want there. Now we have to wait for the texture paste to dry, guys, because, well, we don't have to wait. I'm going to dry it, but I mean, I'm going to do my stencil, clean my stencil real quick. And it takes a second to do. Hello, everybody that's dropping by. For a little chat and a visit. I'm just cleaning off my stencil. I guess everybody's out browsing YouTube tonight, seeing what's up and what's everybody's doing. Oh man, there was so many good sales. Everybody was having online sales today. And I was telling somebody earlier about that I missed them all. I missed every single one of them. Okay, let me dry this. Okay, so I'm going to dry the texture paste. Okay, we're going to keep this one somewhat simple. We're just going to add one color. Let me see if I can get this dry, making sure no bubbles. Texture paste does bubble up if you apply too much heat. Then the texture paste bubbles. Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Is you back with my food?
I am.
That's nice of you. I'll eat in a minute. I want to finish this off. I'm going to, could you see if you can find this color in that tin right there?
What is this color?
It's called Faded Jeans. I'm going to use Faded Jeans, guys. I should have told you. I'm going to shake this and my little ball is all stuck. That's not the right color, honey. It's blue. I can tell from here that wasn't it. Thank you. We're going to use Faded Jeans on this. That's the only colors I'm going to use other than around the edges. Okay, so I'm back to, I'm going to let this drip. I'm going to put it on the edge.
Alicia's so sweet with giving the cards away like that.
Oh, you saw that?
I did.
Yeah, I know. Wasn't that a great idea?
I'm like, tearjerker.
Aww.
Oh, we're going to do the happy
Oops.
dance?
Do the happy dance, yeah. Oh, I'm splattering it.
Messy, messy.
I know. That's okay. You're allowed to be messy in mixed media. You're allowed to get creative and messy. Oh, you know what? I'm missing my water. There we go. In case you're just tuning in, please use distilled water. Otherwise, it can discolor your backgrounds. We don't want any discoloration, do we? No, we really mean it. I mean, a lot of people don't think about that, Alicia, so it's really nice of you to take that initiative. And do you have a lot of nursing homes around you? Do you just do one, or do you do more? Okay, see how this blue is looking? I love this. This is a nice concept. Just one and done. That way, if you don't have a lot of supplies, it's okay. You can use one color. Okay, this is... Oops, stuck my finger in that one. There we go. Sorry, I'm just concentrating on getting this color to move, guys. I really want to get it to move all the way down, doing the happy dance, as I call it. Okay. All right. I think I want a little bit at the top right here, and I think... Didn't mean to drop that on there. Okay. Here we go. I like that. Alicia says, I've got 2 that I donate cards and supplies to. One is a standard care facility and one is a memory care facility. Yeah, my daughter works at, I think it's a standard care facility. I don't know. She just switched jobs not long ago, so I'm not real sure. Oh my gosh, look at me. Look at me, guys. I'm all icky. Okay, so I'm gonna go up, dry this. But yeah, I asked her, how do you handle that? You know, working there with them. But somehow she does it. She does it nicely and takes care of them. And she says it's hard sometimes because, you know, they don't remember who they are, and they don't remember what they're supposed to do and why they're there. Actually, might not even need this other one. I was going to use the other one to darken the areas, but it looks like they're already dark. So I'm going, in the spirit of saying just use one, I'm not going to use the spray stain. I'm drying the spray stain. So I'm just going to use the one I got and be done. Okay. I am going to add, my computer shut down again. I'm sorry, guys, again. I am going to add some white splatters to this, like I said. So I'm going to add a little bit of acrylic paint to my block. I'm going to add the water, mix it up, and apply the splatter brush. And try to get my computer back up. The splatters really bring things back if you can apply them correctly. Unlike me right now, I'm a mess. Yes, my daughter lost one of her patients, and the first time was kind of rough for her when she lost one. I wouldn't say they get used to it, but I would say they figure out ways to cope, you know? But the thing that bothers her the most is the families. Sometimes families just don't understand, and they can cause a lot of grief, unintentionally, I'm sure, because they're caring about their parent, but it's the ones who don't really come and visit, and then the patient will ask about them and stuff like that. And so that becomes very difficult and hard whenever she's doing that. Okay, so I'm gonna dry that. Is it dry already? No, need to dry that. And then we're gonna do the edges of this one. Okay, that should do it. Now I'm gonna do what I said earlier. I'm gonna take this archival ink and I'm gonna take this makeup sponge, which I snitched from somebody. I'm not gonna say who, but okay, I'm gonna rub it in here and I'm just gonna go around the edges with it, just to darken the edge, the border. So give it a nice highlight around the edge. It does make your fingers black, so that's why I waited till last for this last one to do it, because it does turn your fingers dark color. There we go. Is anybody... Oops, I dropped it. Okay. I picked it up. I found it. Oops. Okay. Well, that's now an interesting mark where I dropped this sponge right on it. And it's archival, so I doubt I'm going to get that back off. But as somebody said earlier, the happy accidents, I guess. Okay. Oops. I went a little heavy there, so I'm going to just blend that back in. And take the other end and blend it softer. Okay. Around the edge. Okay. Might smooth that a little bit. Okay. Oh my gosh. See my fingers? I'm a mess. I was a mess. Okay, there we go. I know it's a little wonky. You have to work it out there. That's nice. And I got this unique look here. You could even shade it. You can take the black sponge and kind of adds a little bit more black in here to around the edges of it, everything, to give it that little extra highlight color. Just to punch it down just a hair, because it is kind of white in certain spots. It gives it almost like a purpley color, but you just keep working your picture until you're very happy and satisfied with it. I'm actually liking adding this as a extra little punch to it. Give it some darken some of the areas up like that. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. And as you can see, let me show you, stand up and show you. You can see the strings right here is the strings. See how they gave an extra line throughout, kind of breaking everything up so everything's not... Here's another string running all the way through. And that's just using the one color plus the archival ink around the edge just to give it a shadow. Yeah, and this extra little mark here, I don't know. I'm not sure. it's a process. Let me show you what... Oh, thank you, Alicia. That's nice. Okay, let's go back over all of them. I like the simplicity of this because you add a little sentiment right here. I mean, look, you can... Well, this one's not very good. Can't really turn this one, but some of the other ones you can turn around and use them differently. Okay, so we have this one, which my Bobby Jean was calling a fairy one. It looked like it was from the fairies. And again, you can easily turn this one. So that one's turnable. We got this one that reminds me of flowers. And then we did this one, which I got the blue string on here to remind me to add the blue string at the end because I like it. Trying to hold it up so you can see it. And then we also had this one from earlier that I did and put together. And again, this is another one with the texture paste that I used to create some beautiful textures. And then my final piece that is actually completed. This one screams wicked. That's the one my sister kept saying was a fairies. So screams wicked is cool. So I never even thought about wicked. That's cool. But I just like, I mean, if you don't like the whole thing, it's easy to cut off the sections like you would if you got a masterboard. That's what they're called. So if you think about these as masterboards and you just cut off a snippet of what you're wanting. But this one has deeper texture because I used a thicker stencil, and that one is. But I really don't see the difference in the gesso. This was not gesso, the paste. This was the golden paste, and this one was the Tim Holtz. And I think that both pastes look really good. I like both pastes. So anyway, I am glad you guys joined me tonight for this live, but I am starving. So I think I'm going to have to end and get ready to go eat something. But I enjoyed having chats with all of you guys, and I hope you guys catch the replay and let me know in the comments or give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming.